Alrighty, we should now be streaming. Streaming and memeing. Boom, we are live. Sweet freaking beans. Of course, there's ads when you come back to check the stream. Hopefully everybody's chilling out in here. Let me pull up the chat so we can see. Hopefully everyone's having a good night tonight. I'm replacing MTR for this stream just because this is more related to topics that I know of a lot, and because he is in the middle of working right now, so he's not going to be able to come by on the stream, but hopefully he can check this out a little bit later whenever he can. But we're just going to be discussing about this stuff as we have gameplay going on in the background. I'll just be playing some games and stuff. Also, the reason why is to sponsor out the channel. Hey, what's up, Eli Powell? How you doing? What's up, Louie? What's up, Louis? You were almost first. You're almost first. It showed Eli first. Hey, what's up, Tech Bro? How you doing, bro? Yeah, John, he's just busy. He's working tonight. He wanted me to pop in for the stream for him, so that's exactly what I am going to be doing for tonight. So, and of course, this is more related to what stuff that I'm used to. So if you guys have any questions when it comes to this topic, please feel free to let me know, and I will definitely answer your questions. And of course, we'll be bopping and popping right here. If there's anything you want me to do in Sonic Mania here, I could definitely do that for the lulz. That'd be great. And of course, definitely support our second channel that him and I actually have been working on, which is MTR Games. So MTR Games, that'll be what we're basically going to be trying to do in our free time. I'll be making some gaming documentaries. I'll be making a lot of stuff like that, and you'll be doing live streams of gameplays. Right now he's doing Zelda. That's what he just did for a test stream. If you guys want to go check that out. So let's see what else right here. What's up, Robert Allen? How you doing, bro? Tech Rod's doing good. Awesome, bro. It's good to see you doing good, because if you're not doing good, we're going to have to freaking change that, because you're about to see some book freaking mother trucking gameplay. Boom. Done. Robert Allen B saying hello to everyone. Good stuff. But yeah, MTR, he is just busy tonight. He really wanted me to pop in. And of course, I never really did a stream on here alone. Of course, I want to make sure I do that. You know what I mean? Just in case if he's not able to be here, I like to help him, love to help fill in for him. If you don't know me, my name is Slim Shady Graphics. Of course, I do a lot of his graphic design work. I do all of that. And if you want to check me out, definitely feel free to check me out. If you need graphics as well, always hit me up. I'm always available to help anybody out on YouTube with graphic design work, and of course intros and outros and all that stuff. What do you think of Bitefender? Do you think that Android phones need virus protection? What's up, John Miller? How you doing, bro? So usually most Android phones, when it comes to antivirus software, of course there's a lot of apps out there that talk about antivirus software, and of course if you've seen one of the videos that MTR was doing, where basically it brings him to an app, you know what I mean, if he clicks on the pop-up when he's on his browser, it just brings him to an antivirus app. And a lot of these antivirus apps, in my opinion, are very malicious because you don't really know what they can contain and what they can do to your device. In my personal opinion, I don't believe in using antivirus software in general, basically, laid out across the board when it comes to PC systems and phones. Mostly because I don't trust them, and because it takes up a lot of your CPU and RAM usage. That's the only reason why I don't like them. I usually have an antivirus software, in my head in a way, where I can see, wherever I look in downloading a program, I understand what I'm downloading, and I make sure I check every single little thing so I don't install anything additional, such as when you download Cheat Engine, if you don't know what that is. If you just click next, you're actually installing another program, so you have to uncheck those. You know what I mean? You just have to really watch out with what you're downloading. So in all honesty, if you are to get an antivirus software for your phone, don't get that in all honesty. Just make sure you know what you're downloading and make sure it's nothing malicious. Are Android phones more powerful than iPhones? In all honesty, it highly depends on what processor you get. And of course, if you check out Geekbench 4, it's actually free right now on the Android store if you want to go check it out. And of course, you can get it on iOS as well. And usually the Geekbench usually provides you with all the specs and specifications on how your device will perform in games. But of course, the thing that you have to mostly rely on is optimization with your apps and everything. So I'm good. That's good to hear, Robert Allen. It's good to hear that you're doing mother freaking good. Hope you guys like that 1080p 60 FPS going. That's coming from my gaming rig. Of all the free antivirus software, which do you think is the best to use for PC? So, if you actually were to get antivirus software, and usually what I would rely on if there is a PC with viruses and you have no way of resetting Windows, the best that you want to rely on, in my opinion, is using Malware Bytes because it's a very friendly user interface. It's very trustable with many people. That's probably the only program that I mainly trust. AVG, it's okay, and a couple other programs such as Norton and everything. But I mostly like to rely on Malware Bytes just because that's what I used for a very long time, and it always did the work that I needed it to do to watch out for any viruses that were trying to come through my system. What about CC Cleaner? Um, so before, I don't know if you guys know about it, but CC Cleaner recently, well, not recently, but a little while ago, CC Cleaner, there was actually a virus when you would download it, like from the website. Somebody actually uploaded an extra executable file on there, which was a virus. So, coming back from that type of reputation, it's good now, but if you were to download it, and it's okay on the most part, it's good for cleaning up. Existing apps. If you let's just say if you got a laptop or something and it had already existing applications on your PC, that's what CC Cleaner is really good for just cleaning those those programs out. But the thing that I mostly see when it comes to using CC Cleaner, it's just getting rid of those programs. But having the reputation I had before, when you seen the program kind of have that big virus coming along with it that somebody kind of messed up with their site when people were downloading it. I kind of don't want that happening again, and that's why I don't really rely on using that program. That's why Malware Bytes is always good to me because they never had a problem, and I never had a problem with them before. The only time I did have a problem with Malware Bytes mostly is one time I was resetting my PC and it gave me a blue screen, but it was fine after that. I managed to have that fixed afterwards. Are those pop-ups on iPhones that say infected device with a 5-minute countdown with the Google logo real? Those are not real whatsoever. Don't just bypass those. In all honesty, it's very hard to get a virus on your iOS device. In all honesty, I never got a virus on my iPhone 4S for the past 4 or 5 years that I used it. I think it might have been 4 or 5 years if I'm right. It might have been 4. But for the past 4 years, basically, however long I had the phone, I never got a virus or anything. And when you see those ads, those things pop up, they're just to really make you worry and just to make you, very concerned with what you're doing. So you have to really watch out on the most part when it comes down to that. So I wouldn't really, I kind of just skip over it, just close out of the tab or close out of wherever it is that say it's infected and then just reopen with what you're trying to go through or what you're trying to get into, such as downloading emulators and stuff. What should you do if you're very careful and still accidentally get a virus on your phone? If you accidentally get a virus on your phone, what you should do is back up everything that you have, such as your apps and the data that comes along with them that you really need badly that you can't get back. And of course, save your pictures and photos, and make sure you have all your passwords and all your usernames all saved up. And then basically reset your phone. That's the only thing I can really think of. It's similar to Windows. When you have so many viruses on there and you can't really fix it at that point, even when you get antivirus software, because it can't clear up everything, you basically just want to reset Windows from there. It's the easiest thing to do. Just make sure you have everything backed up, or just do a backup on your phone. That's probably the best thing to do when it comes to having a virus already existing on your phone, because you don't know if you're going to be able to get that virus off your phone, which would really suck. We actually have the game playing in the background so you guys can see that. Good stuff. Alright, so I'm making my own phone case for the Blade Z Max out of paper. Oh my god, that's amazing. You have to send a picture of that whenever you can on Twitter. Try to see if you can tag my Twitter, and then make sure you tag Magic Tech Review so both of us can see, because I'd love to see that, to be honest. That'd be funny. Maybe you can actually make it out of the 3D printer if you want to. I got a 3D printer at school in my shop, so I'm able to actually do any 3D printed models I need. I put Windows 10 on my Windows 8.1 PC, and it gives me blue screen restarts, but I did a factory install from the backup drive part. So, alright, yeah, so as long as you did a backup, that's good. In all honesty, when it comes to, like, existing laptops or existing computers that have a lower a lower version of that operating system. Usually just stick with that operating system. Like I got a Windows 7 laptop right here, and I just keep it on Windows 7, you know what I mean? There's no reason to upgrade because sometimes when you are actually upgrading to a newer OS, usually it can give you the blue screen due to a certain install error or anything like that. And when you do usually get those errors, it's best to basically, you know what I mean, just, you know, have your backup and then just make sure you delete everything existing and then um, and then put on the operating system again, and hopefully it will install as it should do. If it doesn't, then I don't know what's wrong. It might be the drive's fault if that's the case. Let's see right here. I heard Apple devices rarely get viruses, even on Mac. On Mac, it is definitely possible to get viruses because you can actually put on You know how many people get applications for free on there, and sometimes they can contain. It can be very malicious because you don't know what's going to go along with that application because there could be something wrong, similar to cracked applications, such as what you get on Windows PCs, such as what many people like to do with Photoshop and Sony Vegas and all that stuff. Um, there can be, you know what I mean, there could be things running in the background, or there could be something that is hurting your computer in some way, shape, or form. So you have to make sure you definitely watch out for that. Let's see right here. What about free movie websites? Are they safe using and using Kodi and things like that? If you're using a free website or using a movie website, I use a website called flickjoy.com. Now, if you go on when you actually go on to a desktop version, it doesn't really show the movies, it just shows reviews, but on the mobile version, it shows the movies. If you were to actually watch movies, though, make sure you, in all honesty, if you're going to watch movies, I would cast them from your phone to the TV. That's what I've been doing for the past, no matter how long. It's very hard to rely on using desktop PCs and all that stuff and Windows 10 tablets and such for viewing movies and things like that because there can be a lot of ads and going through the site, and of course there's always that weird malicious pop-ups that come up and say that you have a virus or something like that, and you can accidentally click on it and all that stuff, such as trying to download extra extensions on your Chrome browser or whatever browser you're using. So in all honesty, I would usually try to see if there's some way you can cast your movies from your phone to the TV using Chromecast, or what somebody was saying earlier, I believe, about Kodi or something like that, or using or a Fire Stick. You know what I mean? I usually use a Chromecast for the longest time, but I would usually try to see if there's an app out there, you know what I mean, that you can use, such as MovieBox or Showbox or whatever it's called, basically. And you can use that to cast to the TV, and of course, if you have any software that already runs free movies, and you're already good to go on the most part. You don't ever really use a computer when it comes to viewing movies and such. That is if you have a Chromebook. If you have a Chromebook, you can get an extension on your Chromebook or laptop or Chromebox. If you can get this little extension, it basically goes into a mobile browser mode, to where if you were to go to flickjoy.com if you wanted to, if you go to Flickjoy, basically it would pop up, and then you can view it full screen, and then it'll be viewed as on your whole desktop, basically. And then you can watch movies easily from there. If you guys actually want to type it up, it's flickjoy.com. Easy as that. I always like using the website. It's you only can watch one movie per 24 hours, but I find it really good. I've used it quite a lot here and there, but there's also apps on the App Store too that have been taken down, like CB Online. I have a few other applications here. Let me check out real quick. I'll read the rest of your guys' comments in a second. There's Viva Start and Cinema Cloud. Those were the few applications that had movies that you could watch online, but they were taken off. But I bet there is people out there that still have those apps that you probably can download from if you use their accounts. That's usually what I do for many people that actually want to watch movies for free. But sometimes those apps can be not having as much support anymore, and you can't really watch the movies anymore, which is pretty weird, depending on whatever it is. But it depends. My Windows 10 tablet got hit with a virus. Now it won't turn on. Ooh, that freaking sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. So, when you try to turn it on, it doesn't turn on whatsoever. Even the power won't go on. Because if that's the case, then there must be something wrong with that portion right there. Because if it's not turning on whatsoever, it has to be a hardware issue. But if it's like loading in the Windows 10 and it just doesn't load Windows 10 or something like that, then it is an OS problem and you'll have to reinstall Windows. That's like the only thing that you can do. And of course, if you have a warranty for it, you know, I mean, you can take it back easily just to make everything go by easier. Yo, 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 what's up, Ghost General? I think you actually donated before, if I'm right. I think I remember seeing your name. I think I remember. What it called? Flickjoy.com. What site you use? Yeah, that's usually the site I usually use, but there's another site that I use too called ffilms.org. I believe that's what it's called. Don't put .com because I accidentally made that mistake before, and it came up with a lot of, you know, I mean, pornographic ads, which is something that nobody wants to go by. So make sure you put .org. Just make sure. Let's see right here. What's up, Slim Shady? I think that's how you spell your name. Yep, that's exactly how you spell it. You're probably one of the only people that spelled it right. I'm very happy about that. Most people put SLIMSHANEE. I'm like, oh, dang. Or it's sometimes SLIMSHANE or SLIMSHAYNE, and they forget the extra E sometimes. I'm gonna go charge up. I'm gonna go get the charger for my iPad real quick, and then we'll get into playing some Sonic Mania. There we go. Good stuff. It's all Gucci. I'm happy I got it right. Yes, you got it right. I'm like, we should have put up some we should have did some like little small code giveaway or something. Yeah, I could have been like, who would have pronounced it right? That would have been great. All right, let me just plug this into the side because I have a desktop power station. Let me know if you have a desktop power station. I use it for my PC setup. That's mostly what I use it for because it's really useful. Yo, tech reviews are awesome. Yup, in all honesty, to be honest, it is definitely awesome. Is there any other questions that you guys have when it comes to viruses? Because I can probably start going on my rant on like why you don't really need virus software. Can I download Windows 10 on a Chromebook using thumb drive and reinstall Windows 10 on to tablet? I believe you can download. I think you have to download Windows 10 on an existing Windows PC because I think there's something you have to do when installing the OS first. Like, I forgot what you had to do exactly because it's been a while since I have done it myself, but I do believe that you have to use the executable file once you download Windows 10, and of course you have to make sure you put in. I think you have to put in a license key when you download it too. But when you download it again, I believe you have to go through some setup process, and then it can go to the thumb drive, and then you can put it onto your tablet, and it should be good to go from there. Just make sure you mess with the BIOS on, if you can do it on the Windows 10 tablet, make sure you go through the BIOS and boot it through the USB, and then of course when it goes to the main setup page, you want to make sure you put Windows 10 on the, you know what I mean, whatever you want it to go to for the storage, and then of course make sure after you do that make the boot process go, you know, not to the USB or the thumb drive or whatever you're using. How secure are phones of people getting info? On the most part, I don't think many people are able to really get in when it comes to security issues. I know there is some fake websites people have that look like the real websites, and when you put in your information, that usually can get leaked to them, and they can actually expose that information. That's like the only type of information that I know that people can obtain from your phone. Of course, going to a malicious website as well, people can probably check on what you're doing or something. I'm not really too sure when it comes to security on your phone for people getting info from you on your phone, because I never had any problem with that myself, and I never seen anybody with that problem, you know what I mean? So and if you actually notice, you know what I mean, not many people get that problem, it kind of goes to show that it is very secure. When it comes to account stuff, like on other websites, just make sure that you have a complex password to make sure that everything you have is very secured. But other than that, you shouldn't really have any problems when it comes to security on your phone. Just make sure that you have a good password and maybe no one's able to get, you know what I mean, obtain your phone and then just go on your phone and do whatever they want with it. But no, most phones are very secure, especially iPhones. They're very secure, so you're okay on the most part with that. Just make sure you have all your information to yourself. Yeah, no problem, John Miller. No problem, man. I haven't used virus protection in years. I just don't click on random sites. Yeah, that's actually exactly what I'm going to be getting into, talking about in a minute, and that's what I was talking about a little bit beforehand. Can Xbox 360 get a virus? Nope, not really. Xbox 360s can't really get any viruses or anything because the thing is with 360, like the reason why Chromebooks, 360s, and mostly all consoles can't get viruses is because you actually have to mainly install either an extension, such as on, you know what I mean, on the Chrome application, or just a regular executable file, because you have to install a program in order for it to access, you know, certain things and everything. It can't just, you know what I mean, it's, let's just say when you go into a site and it just says you get a virus, or somehow, some way, there's like a site that gives you a virus right away. It's not really going to be able to do anything to your Xbox 360 or whatever console you have, because, you know what I mean, your console isn't able to run it. It's not able to run that file. The only way that you are able to get viruses, you know what I mean, when it comes to, let's just say, Android devices, because you can download an APK with malicious, you know what I mean, malicious malware or spyware or adware or anything in that app, and that can start, you know what I mean, ruining your phone and deleting a lot of stuff that isn't supposed to be deleted, and a lot of basically a lot of that other stuff. But on the most part, though, you shouldn't really be getting any viruses on consoles. They're very secure on that part, on the most part, of course. Let's see right here. This dude told me he can do it from Bluetooth. Oh, he actually can do it from Bluetooth. That's pretty crazy. I actually, you know what? I think there is applications out there for your phone that you can probably access other people's devices, but I think there's something that the user has to do in order for them to actually access your device, especially on, you know, I mean, Windows as well, because, you know, on Windows, many people can actually access your computer and look to see what you're doing on your webcam, such as what most people hear about stories when it comes to people hacking girls' computers and spying on them and all that stuff, which is stories I hear like crazy. Like, I hear that come from a lot of people, and of course a lot of people hear that from stories online, and it's usually like because that user can probably download a program. When they download that program or anything, that gives the user access to your computer, which is why, let's say for example, if somebody or the user installs a certain app on their phone, or something that, you know what I mean, that is a way to actually access your phone, then of course they're able to get into it on the most part. The user just has to download something or obtain something that usually will get the user that wants to actually, you know what I mean, see what they're doing or view what they're doing, or, you know what I mean, hit them with the viruses or anything like that. You just have to see the user actually have that certain software in order for the person to do it. So, what you think of security of Snapchat? I actually don't really have too much to say about that, just because I'm not really too sure about it. I never really know too much when it comes to the Snapchat realm of security. I just run Windows Defender with Windows 10 and run Malware Bytes portable from a write-protected thumb drive every 30 days and back with a full scan from Spybot, search and destroy. You know what, Grim Reaper? That's probably the best way to go when it comes to, if you actually wanted to use antivirus software, that is the best thing to do and the best route to go. So usually following him in his footsteps doing that is the best thing to do in that situation. So, you know what I mean? Just do what he's doing. If you actually are into using antivirus software, if you don't really rely on yourself when it comes to a lot of that stuff. But me, I rely on myself a lot when it comes to downloading stuff and everything, so I don't really need virus software, which is what I'm going to get into right now. I don't install unless from Play Store. Yep, just make sure, because on the Play Store as well, they actually recently updated it so you know if the app's secure or not. So if it says it isn't secure, don't download it, you know what I mean? And that's actually what I'm also going to get into with it right here. So it seems as if nobody's saying too much at the moment, so I'll get into what I'm going to say right now. So the reason why I don't think you need virus or antivirus protection really on your computer is because, of course, it can slow your computer down, it can give you a lot of notification and pop-ups that comes up maybe during a game or during a video, and it just annoys you. And out of all, some of those programs can actually be malware themselves, just to look like that it can help you on your PC, of course. And of course, as well, when it comes to downloading things online, if it looks like something coming from a website that seems like it shouldn't be downloaded from, or if it seems too good to be true when you're downloading something, such as a program or a cracked program or something, just don't download it, you know what I mean? Because if you download it, you have that risk of getting a virus. And of course, if you have the knowledge of knowing what is and isn't seeming as if it's, you know what I mean, not a virus or not, just make sure you really take a couple, thoughts to think about it. And when you are installing a program that you know that isn't a virus itself, make sure you look through everything and understand what you're installing. Make sure you know if there's anything additional that's being installed, because if you don't really read it, you can install another program and that can take over your computer, and that's exactly what you do not want. And when you do actually get a virus, sometimes you can kind of go through, if you were to go through your PC and look through all your programs, you can probably see that unwanted program that's very weird looking, or maybe it looks very realistic on your computer that looks like it should be there. Sometimes you can kind of find it and you can delete it, and in other times too, it can be just a virus that isn't really able to be found. So just make sure you keep that in mind when it comes to actually installing software online or any online source that you want to get anything from. Just double check and make sure that it's very safe. Make sure that, if somebody else downloaded it prior, make sure you ask them if anything weird happened on their computer. If everything's fine, then on the most part, it should be okay to download. Like me, I usually install a lot of things online when it comes to downloading zombie maps. And of course, I know from that website nothing malicious is on there because I double check. I double check with the users in case if there's any virus on there. And of course, if there isn't, of course, I'm going to go off and download that. And the same thing with CC Cleaner. I usually stay away from it because what many people were saying before on how they were getting viruses on their computer from installing it at the time when it was being leaked. The viruses were being leaked onto the program. So hearing from that, it kind of gives you the clue of I shouldn't really download it until I really, really know, like 110% that it is safe to download. But of course, if you are installing an antivirus software program, in all honesty, just use Malware Bytes, because it has the best reputation. Nothing went wrong with the program ever, and it's just, out of all, it really detects a lot of malware on your PC more than other programs do. If you have Snapchat, turn on ghost mode so you can't be tracked on the map. Oh, that's actually good information. Thank you for letting me know that. I usually stay with older updates of Snapchat, but of course, as you sit there while newer updates are coming out, they're going to tell you to update, and you're kind of forced to update at some point in time. So, of course, I don't really know what's on that update and what the options are, because I usually don't get time to check it out because I'm working on other videos. I'm actually working on one right now. If you want to check out my channel either later tonight or tomorrow, because I'm going to be editing that video tonight. It's actually going to be, what was the video going to be on? I even forgot. Well, actually, I remember now. The video was actually going to be on this app called Free Apps Now, basically talking about how to access all these free apps for a apps that are free for a limited time, and they're very easy and fast to check out. Because if you go onto this app, it shows you all the apps that are, a lot of apps listing that are free on that day, and of course, it tells you how long they're lasting until they cost money again. So, like I said, Geekbench 4 is said on the app that it tells you how long it is available for free, and it's at 4 days. So, of course, if you can't download it now, you still got 4 days prior, to checking it out. So, definitely check out, the Free Apps Now application on the Play Store if you really want to. I like it a lot. And of course, if you don't want to actually install it, you can click on install and then exit out of downloading it, and you'll basically have that bought on your account. So if you ever wanted to access it again, or if you just wanted to make one separate account, if you want to make like one little separate account, you can definitely do that. So basically, let me actually get back into the game for you guys. So yeah, if you want to check out my channel later for the Free Apps Now, you definitely can. So just make sure, if you want to, you can stay updated, or you can check out the video, or you can just download the Free Apps Now, and it'll tell you all about the free applications that are free for a limited time. Let's see right here. What about playing emus on phones? I love playing emulators on phones, and I actually believe playing emulators on phones are better than PC, only for the reason because I find them the safest to download, and of course I find just playing mobile games, you know what I mean, on your phone is best because there's always ways to cast your phone to the TV, and of course you can bring that to any friend's house, you know what I mean? So it's basically, let's just say if I have N64 emulator on here, I can bring this to any house I want, and I can connect it to any TV and start playing it. And if I already have an application on here that screen records, like already existing on the phone when I first got it, so it records in 60 FPS, 1080p. So I'm able to record however I want on there, and it's recording to the TV, of course, as well, just because, you know what I mean, if it's showing on my phone, it'll be showing on the TV as well. And of course, if I wanted to use the Google Chromecast, I can do that if I wanted to, if I want to show it up on my TV wirelessly playing N64 or PlayStation 1. Of course, phones are getting better as they are over time, such as the Razer phone that has 8 gigabytes of like GDDR5, something. No, that's, what am I saying? I mean, that's for freaking GPUs for GDDR5. LOL. No, I know the Razer phone has like 8 gigabytes of memory, which is really cool. And of course, the processor inside, which is the Snapdragon 835, I think. You probably can say I'm wrong in there because I think I am, but the phone is basically really good when it comes to emulation. That's basically what the phone is made for, in my opinion. And of course, for regular mobile games in general, especially since it has the 120 hertz refresh rate. I want to learn about them since it changed a lot. Yeah, they're changing all the time, especially with the Dolphin emulator. That's one emulator that many people are going to when it comes to playing GameCube. GameCube is starting to get a little bit better when it comes to emulation. But of course, if you really want to, if you really want to, you can play emulators on PC and play GameCube games and everything on there. It's just, I don't really like it just because, you know what I mean, I just never really trusted using those emulators on PC, but you can get those emulators on your phone and on the Play Store, which kind of shows that it is safe to download and everything. Just make sure you go to the correct site, you know what I mean, for downloading your ROMs or whatever, basically. And of course, you always can try out ROM hacks as well. They're very fun to play. Other games that other developers went into doing and making for the lulz. When it comes to antivirus, I always check with consumer reports and see which antivirus software they consider to be the best, which they recommend that, and that's what I use. Yeah, basically check with them as well. That's another good thing to check up with. Checking up with many consumers is one good way of knowing what antivirus software to use, because knowing many consumers that are into, you know what I mean, antivirus programs, a lot of them kind of know what the best, you know what I mean, the best option to use is. Coming from John Miller, how can I buy Windows 10 using tablet with no hard drive? The only way to actually buy you know what I mean, any Windows basically is just getting a key. Just download it, buy a license key online. Make sure you download it from. You know, I'm not really too sure where to download many of the license keys from that you can really rely on and that you really can consider with buying from, because there's many websites that I don't really prefer buying from, but I do know that you can just go off and buy a Windows 10 key. In all honesty, you're probably better off getting an older version if you can. I don't know if it will work if you got Windows 8.1, because in my opinion, I find Windows 8.1 really good. I prefer that over 8.0 in Windows 10. If you really thought about it, if you really wanted to, but in all honesty, I think just going off to find the Windows license key is your best way to go when it comes to trying to get Windows 10 installed again if you want to do that. Just make sure you know where you're buying the license key from, because some license keys don't work, and you know what I mean, and if it doesn't work, then you kind of lost your money right there. If you actually do want to go buy it, if you want to go buy the full legit, you know what I mean, if you want to buy it for full price, you can go on PC Part Picker, and from there you go to PC Part List, and then you can go down to operating systems, and then you can go to whatever operating system that you want to get. But if you don't have the money for one, if you don't want to buy it, you always can go off and go download any free OS, such as Remix OS, which is an Android-based computer operating system, which is what I probably prefer for a tablet like that. if you don't want to buy one. I just don't know if it's going to be touchscreen compatible. Let's see right here. Free My Apps is good too. Yeah, Free My Apps. I actually, you know what? I think, let me see right here. I think that's exactly what I have on here. Let me just double check with you guys. That's if it wants to load up. Oh yeah, alright, yeah. Free My Apps and Free Apps Now, they're both the best ones to use because those are the two that I usually see pop up and that I used as well, and they both are really quick and easy to use. I just like Free Apps Now just because when I click on the application from the app, I can click install on the Play Store and then I click X, you know what I mean, just because I don't want to install, I just want to have it saved on my phones just so I have it, purchased in a way. And then I can click the back button on my phone and it brings me right back to the Free Apps Now, and I can go right to the next app and do the same thing. That's the only reason why I like that app, mostly. What you use for N64 and SNES and GBC. So for those certain apps, MyBoy, that's usually the one that you usually see for the Game Boy Advance emulators, which is what I prefer mostly because those usually give you full speed emulation with those. So let me actually go to Game Boy emulator just so I know just so I fully remember. Yeah, MyBoy. MyBoy is really good, and of course My Old Boy is really good too if you want to play GBC. I think you can play regular Game Boy games as too on the GBC emulator. I'm not too sure. For the N64 emulator, if I look on here correctly, the emulators, because there is this one application on your phone that gives you, here it is. So if you actually want to get like an all-in-one emulator app instead of getting like a whole ton of emulators on your phone, use Classic Boy. That's the one that I highly prefer using if you want to get everything all in one. Because on this app right here, you can play PlayStation 1 games, Nintendo 64, GBA, GB, such as Game Boy Classic is basically what it is. GBC, which is Game Boy Color, NES, Famicom, Sega Genesis, and the Neo Geo, which is a really cool console in my opinion. So if you want to go off and check that out, you can. I would prefer using Classic Boy. If you want to see me make a video on it, I'll be happy to make a video on it on my channel or on the MTR Games channel if you want to see that. Yeah, even on this also has the PS1 emulator, so in case you want to check that out. Yeah, no problem, John Miller. Windows 8.1 is better than 10. In my opinion, I find it better than 10 just because it's a stable version of Windows 8. And Windows 10, there's a lot of things on Windows 10 that is tracking you, especially with Cortana on there. And of course, inside Cortana, you see like a lot of the pop-ups that are coming up from online. And you know what I mean, there's just a lot of things tracking you on what you're doing on Windows 10. And on Windows 8.1, it's not as bad. But of course, you have to, when you go through the setup process of Windows, just make sure you uncheck on everything that is tracking you, such as sending reports and all that stuff. So if you do actually want to get Windows 10, of course, I would still say prefer going for it if you really wanted to. Just make sure you watch out when going through the Windows install process. Most people just click next, 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 or use recommended settings. Don't ever do that when it comes to setting up Windows. Yes, please, bro. Alright, I definitely will do that, man. I'll make it on the MTR Games channel, and I'll make it on my own channel, just because I have it on both. So I should downgrade back to Windows 8.1. Yeah, in all honesty, like in my full honest opinion, a lot of people, when they are looking through operating systems, most people, you know what I mean, they're like, oh, I'll just use, just regular Windows 8 or just go up to 10 on the most part. But no, using Windows 8.1 isn't that bad in my opinion because, yeah, I don't like the startup screen. The startup screen is pretty trash in my opinion, but in all honesty, it's more of a refreshed version and more of a smoother version of Windows 8. So Windows 8.1 is probably your best bet on the most part. No problem, man. We're actually going to play some Sonic now because I actually want us to get some Sonic going right here, to be honest. We haven't played some Sonic yet. That's Springer's in. We're going to go to a new game, so that's what we're going to do. Sonic and Tails. Should we use Sonic or Sonic and Tails? And if you guys want me to, if I join in on another stream, I'll be happy to do some Sonic mods on here, such as playing like Mighty the Armadillo. I can play some Metal Sonic. I can even try new levels as well for the lulz. But when we play a Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, I can do any of those guys. My PC has a restore partition. Oh, that's great. If you have the PC restore partition, that's fantastic. So if anything ever does go wrong, you can just go from the backup and you'll be A-okay, and you'll be back to where you were when you first backed up the PC. That's probably one thing I recommend doing when you first get Windows loaded up for the first time. Back it up right away, so in case if you want to, you know what I mean, if something's going wrong with your PC in time, it's in a way of resetting Windows again without having to reset Windows, because you're back, you know what I mean, you're going through a different part of the partition for the backup. Is this your iPad? The thing that I'm reading off of is my iPad. But what you see right here, everything going on, this is all my gaming PC. And of course, what I was using a couple seconds ago, this was my Android device. I'm using the Sony Xperia Z3V. Let me know what mobile phones that you guys are using right now, because I know that MTR usually checks up with you guys on what devices that you peeps are using. I always like to see that stuff. I feel like I ramble on a lot when it comes to information. I'm more like saying information than I am just, you know what I mean, just goofing off. Oh, we also can play as Tails. I forgot about that. Just Tails. Lol. Lolly lols. I gotta be like one of those guys that usually speak in a crowd like TED Talks. That'd be great. I love to be a part of TED Talks. Acer Chromebook. Ooh. There you go. I kind of do like the Acer Chromebooks. I like the newer models with that have the Play Store on them. The Play Store on Chrome OS is a little bit, you know what I mean, iffy, but if you actually can get some games working on there, it's really cool. I like it a lot because you can use the mouse and keyboard depending if the game accepts, you know what I mean, whatever's being run on the Chromebook. Ooh, if you can get MCPE or Minecraft on the Chromebook using the Play Store, that'd be kind of cool because you can use the mouse and keyboard for that if you wanted to. IG Fortune, and you have a Sony Xperia 3. I have the Sony Xperia Z. I think it's the Z3V, if I'm right. Let me check real quick, because Sony Xperia yeah, I have the Sony Xperia Z3V. That's the one that I have right now. Oh crap! I started up the game. Ripperoni. I heard the IG Fortune is a pretty good phone. Have you guys heard of the OnePlus? It's a phone that was being talked about a little bit lately. It said most people say it's the flagship killer phone, in which by the specs that I was seeing on there, I definitely agree, because the phone itself seems like it's really made for a lot of people that want a higher end device that isn't a flagship. So the IGX Charge. Oh yeah, okay. IGX. Ooh, let me actually check out that. Let me check that. I haven't seen that. IGX. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, LGX Charge. I was saying IG. Lol. Yeah, the LGX Charge is really cool. I actually like that. Let me check the specs on it. I actually wanted to see that. Let's say here. If you guys want me to, I'll put on music on the next stream if you really want me to. Sometimes I don't like using my music because sometimes the music gets copyrighted every time. For some reason, I don't know why, it just sucks. Let's see right here. The phone uses Android 7.0/Nougat with a 1.4 GHz quad-core processor with 16 GB of storage and 2 GB of RAM. That's not too bad at all, to be honest. How much is the phone? It says right here it's $50. How much did you get the phone for? Sorry, bro. I talk a lot. Well, hey, that's all cool. It's all cool. Hey, that's a good thing, because the more you talk, the more you can talk about, like, when you're sitting with someone, because, you know, you don't want to talk to someone and just have nothing to say, you know what I mean? So, you know, if you don't have anything to speak about, then there's no point in talking. Oh, I want to show you guys something funny too. So, on this keyboard right here, let me see if I can show you this. If you see right here, I actually switched out the keys. Like, I switched the keys around. So now the D key, or as it's shown right here, it's the arrow key. The right arrow key is pointing down while the left arrow key is pointing down too. Just because I like to feel how the controls are, well, the keys are, because I like them. I kind of like how it's slanted this way a little bit. It's kind of funny. Let me see if my face cam's pretty good. Okay, it's pretty Gucci. Let's see right here. ADHD. Slim Shady / ADHD boy. $129. That's not too bad. That's actually not bad at all, to be honest. Oh crap. We gotta have some more Sonic on the channel. Going around at the speed of sound. Anybody know the theme song from Sonic Adventure 2 with City Escape? Running around at the speed of sound. There's places to go. Find my rainbow. I'm gonna stop, guys. I'm sorry. The catchy phrases in Sonic Adventure 2 are too great, especially with the music. Yeah, I just don't want to take away from Sonic. Because if you take away from oh crap, I just noticed I got hit. But yeah, if you take away from Sonic, you take everything. You just take everything. You don't want everything going away. Sonic's everything, to be honest. He's the myth, the legend. Just that we don't talk about Sonic Forces. If you talk about Sonic, you know, we just don't talk about Sonic Forces. That's another story on its own right there. I thought Sonic Forces was going to be a really good game, but Sonic Forces just came out to be not what we expected. We expected it to be like a really opened up story. I thought it, you know, I really thought it was going to be more of a darker, more opening type of story. I kind of like how Sonic got his ass beat. I'm not going to lie about that. I kind of like how he got his ass beat at the beginning, but I don't know. I was hoping to see something that really made you go, holy freaking crap, you know what I mean? That's the thing that I was trying to look for and trying to see. Oh crap, I just walked away from the blue balls. God damn it, you blue balls. God dang it. MTR and I gotta do like a gaming stream with everybody. Yeah, that's actually something that we're planning on doing with MTR Games. On MTR Games, we're probably gonna do some streams together where we're gonna stream on separate. You know what I mean? I'm gonna probably stream on MTR Games while he streams on his main account. If we play a game together on a live stream, and you guys can probably join depending on what PC game it is. So if you guys have any ideas what games we can play with everybody, that'd be awesome. And also as well, since I'm saying that, is there any games that you guys know that will be able to run on most PC systems that all of us can play together? Because not everybody has a cool gaming rig like, you know what I mean, some of us do. Like me, I use this PC mostly for editing and Photoshop and all that stuff. So of course I don't want everybody, you know what I mean, not being able to join just because it's a game that takes up like so much. Because I know nobody here is able to run GTA. That's just the known fact. Ooh, I'm actually gonna grab that in a couple seconds. Not right now. I wonder how long the stream actually been going for. Actually wonder. 50 minutes, I believe. Yeah, somewhere around there. So yeah, we're probably gonna end the stream pretty soon, because we talked about everything that we wanted to talk about. Is there anything antivirus software or virus, virus software or anything basically relating to PCs in general that you guys have any questions about? I definitely like to help you guys out if you guys have any questions. And of course, mentioning again, definitely go check out MTR Games. We're both trying to get really into making that channel work, because we really want to make it very unique and pretty similar to some other retro gaming channels or just gaming channels in general. Both of us really enjoy AVGN. If you guys don't know him from Cinemassacre, if you want to check out their website, they're cinemassacre.com. They have so much cool content that him and I love watching. So if you guys really want to go check them out, I would highly prefer doing so. That's kind of what inspired us to get into, making the channel, of course. So he's really awesome in general. And yeah, we're gonna make sure we do a lot of streaming on that channel, and we're gonna be doing a lot of. I'm planning on doing a lot of cool videos on the channel, like I said, documentary stuff, or maybe just having videos talking about history of video games, especially videos where I'm playing consoles and maybe giving tutorials on such with all that, because I know a lot of people enjoy seeing or enjoy having the tutorials and stuff up. Oh, we're about to kick freaking Robotnik's bum. About to beat him up. About to beat him up. Man, he's still freaking running. Come on, Tails, beat him up. There we go. Boom. Got him. Oh, I hear myself on the stream right here. Boom, there we go. Sweet. But yeah, this is my very first stream doing it alone on MTR's channel, so definitely feel free to comment and let me know on how you think of the stream with just me in here. And of course, there's always going to be other streams as well where you might see Mill Hustles doing his own live stream on here. Or most of the time you'll be seeing MTR and you'll be seeing Mill Hustles and I on the stream with MTR as well. But, you know what I mean, just let us know. Feel free to, you know, tell MTR what you really prefer on seeing on his streams and his videos and such, just so all of us know on how to work up with the channel, and especially let us know on what you like to see on MTR games, because I know you know, both of us don't want to do just plain old gameplays the whole time. We just don't want to do just plain plain gameplay. We like to really talk about and have discussions about gaming in general and what we think about certain, you know, gaming products and everything like that, because we really like to open up and be similar to a lot of those other cool gaming YouTube channels that might be similar to, if you know, Game Ranks. They're a really cool channel. I always wanted to try to be something similar to them, and I know that, I don't know if MTR watches them, but they're really cool, and I really enjoy their stuff. And there's another channel called Re-Res. That's another very cool gaming channel where they review a lot of cool gaming products that not many people know about, and, you know what I mean, that people get really interested in. Oh, we got another ring. Bet. We're about to get the next emerald right here. Going through right here at the speed of sound. I'm pretty sad that I didn't even get to play like any of this for the stream, because like I was really dedicated to talking to you guys. But yeah, that's a good thing. It's good to know, you know, I mean, listen to you guys instead of just sitting here playing games. Because, you know, if I just did that, that wouldn't be so good. Alright, let's catch up to this bozo. Come here, mofo. Come here, mofo. Get over here. I think we'll be able to catch him right here. Boom! Kill him. We didn't really kill him, but we just kind of took the emerald. Close enough. How old OS your Sony Xperia Z3V or ZV3? Yeah, I'm looking into getting one I can use on Cricket. So, in all honesty, I don't prefer getting the Sony Xperia Z3V because the problem is with this device, if you're really into when it comes to recording video on your phone or when it comes to gaming, I wouldn't prefer getting the phone because ever since I got this phone from day one, this phone been having a lot of issues with heating. Because if you feel the back of the phone most of the time, even when you're not gaming sometimes, the phone gets really, really hot sometimes, and it can impact battery life and performance. So the phone sounds great and all when it comes to all the abilities that the phone has, such as already having screen recording as a feature, and of course the feature of playing on your PS4 when you're in another room, which sounds all great and fun and dandy. I just don't prefer it because it gets super hot. That's the only reason why I don't prefer getting it. Because it's the fatal flaw that the phone has. If it didn't have this fatal flaw, I prefer the phone 100%. Like, you know what I mean? I think the phone would be probably one of my, you know what I mean, one of the best mobile devices that, you know what I mean, I ever used as a phone. But because of that one flaw, I don't really like the phone as much. I've been wanting to get a new phone for the past year and a half. It just really sucks, especially when you have it up to your face for a long time. It gets really hot. So, my buddy just said that. Yeah, exactly. It happened to my friend's phone because he had the same phone as I as well. And like your friend just said, the phone just gets really hot, and that's the biggest flaw the phone has. and that's something that you can't change unless you get like you go all out with modding the phone. But of course, I don't think there's going to be any mods out there for a Sony Xperia with the cooling. You know what I mean? But if it wasn't for that one little single flaw, I think the phone would probably be one of the best phones for any. Oh crap! I just fell down again. Would be one of the best phones for a YouTuber. In all honesty, because I know a lot of YouTubers need. Oh, I just died. I know a lot of YouTubers need footage off of their phone to screen record off of, and a lot of programs and a lot of screen recorders can't really catch 60 FPS 1080p footage. And with this phone, you're able to get 60 FPS recording at 1080p, and that's what I find really awesome about the phone on that part. And that's what I was looking into at first, but I never. Like, when I was actually looking into videos before I got the phone, I never seen anything talking about the heating problem until I actually got the phone. Like, oh my god, I just did it again. It just, like, changes up on me. But, yeah, if I just, that's like the one single thing I really dislike. Like, because, you know, like, some companies, there's always that one thing you really dislike. Just that one thing. And that one thing messes up everything. You know what I mean? What about the LG V10 and LG G4? And what phone do you recommend? So, so this is my first Android phone. This is my very first Android phone that I ever used. And do I prefer it over iOS? Because I had an iPhone 4 beforehand. In all honesty, the only reason why I prefer using an iOS device is because it's faster, easier, simple to use. Most people like Android because of all the personalization you have with it, but here's the problem with that. Because a lot of those things to personalize your phone, you're going to need a lot of memory for, because that stuff can slow down your phone quickly with all the personalization options you have on your phone. So, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't think about that stuff on first hand. So, if you have a phone that's more than capable of running enough stuff in the background, then literally go for using an Android device. I'm just talking about this first off, just before I get into saying what phone would be best to use. Let me get away from here so this blue bob doesn't kill me. But yeah, after using both phones, I actually enjoyed using iOS more on my iPhone 4S, even though it was very slow. Very slow. Oh, why is my freaking thing was running right here? Yeah, so if you were to, depending on what, you know what I mean, what user you are, if you're a user that uses iPhones and uses Apple products more, I would prefer going for the iPhone 6s just because it's at a good price point right now. I know for Black Friday it was like $129 for like Sprint Talk or something like that, Straight Talk or something. That's what I heard, something like that. And if you are an Android user, if you like using Android devices and everything like that, I prefer getting the OnePlus, because I've been seeing many good reviews on that. If you check out Linus Tech Tips, many people know him. He had a very good overview of that phone because it has a nice price point, and it is a phone that's more than capable of running many applications and running Android very smoothly. And if you really want to go all out on a phone, there's always the Razer phone that's like the top of the line specs that you can get for a phone. So I always wanted to get the Android phone, but I don't know. I really wanted to get the NVIDIA Shield Portable just because I thought that was really cool. Oh, you can see the purple thing there. I don't know too much about the LG V10. I heard a lot of good things about the LG G4 because I haven't used these devices personally because I don't have access to them. Just because I'm not as into being the accessibility when it comes to these devices, such as what we know with many of the other YouTubers. That is very relatable to Magic Tech Review. But of course, someone such as I don't really have access to too many things other than that. But I do hear a lot of good things about the LG G4. So if you were to choose between the V10 and the G4, if you were to look up a few reviews, you might find a lot better reviews on the G4. My dad actually, I believe, has the G4, and he liked that phone a lot. He mostly used it for calls and such, but he never had a problem with it. So let's see here. Are you talking about the OnePlus 5T? And I use live stream apps and watch YouTube videos and video chat, and that's about it in social media. Let me check right here real quick on the OnePlus, just so I can double check just in case to be sure. I am talking about the OnePlus 5T though. That is the phone I am talking about, Robert Allen. Thank you for checking just in case, because I didn't want you guys being mixed up with anything. But yeah, for all those things that you're doing and everything like that, probably using the OnePlus 5T could be a good option. If you want to use the OnePlus 3 or the OnePlus 3T, that's also another pretty cool option. Of course, that's fully up to you. What I really like about the OnePlus 5T, since it's not a flagship device, I'm pretty surprised with the specs it has, especially having the 6 gigabytes of memory on there. That's something that I'm pretty happy about and what I like about it a lot. I'm hoping to see that we can beat this level, because I just died like 10 times. That's what it felt like, at least. I want to play EMUs. If you really do want to play some emulators, I'll be happy to make some videos on the MCR Gaming channel to have some tutorials up on how to install ROMs, what emulators to use, how to play ROM hacks and such. Ooh, that sounds good. Let's see if I can grab those. I'll be happy to show anything that you really need tips and tutorials for. I think I am going to start doing tutorials on that channel, because I know a lot of people like to look that stuff up, and I know it's very useful because not many people know about it. I'll be happy to make videos talking about setting up emulators that are harder to set up in the first place, such as, I believe, arcade emulators. I can't remember the names from, but of course I'm going to help out with setting up the Dreamcast emulator, because I love using that emulator so much. And of course I'll help you guys setting up the PlayStation 1 emulator, because I know how to set those up, but nobody really has any videos really talking about on how to set it up fully, to the point where going from all the way to the beginning to the end. And of course I'll be happy to help out with anything possible for emulators. That'd be great, man. Koozie, haven't done it in years. Oh really? That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I was like, definitely get back into it. It's awesome. Many people are like against emulators, but no, not everybody has the access to it, basically. That's the only reason why I got into emulators in the first place. I never had the access. But now I have all these retro consoles, so I'm able to do whatever I really need on those consoles, basically. Ooh, we got the red. Bring in the reds. Ooh, let's get the green in here. Boop. So far we're winning. We're winning. Ooh, we have a purple. There we go. Good stuff. Wow, of course. Big thanks. Oh crap. Aw, man. I wanted to move the red more. I didn't see that. Let's just drop the purple down right here. Because if we bring the red over here, we can do that. Didn't work as a plan. Ripperoni. You got the purple right there. Now let's just bring this on top. We're going to keep it over there. Alright, now we can do that. Yeah, boy. Oh, yeah. Now we're going to pop the red on top. Keep it right there. And let's get the orange down here. There we go. We're making progress. And then we got another red right here. Oh, we have more green. Oh, dang, we just got hit. We got hit, boys. Oh, I didn't know you could change it like that. That's pretty crazy. Are you talking about... Yeah, that'd be great, man. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if I accidentally missed anything from you guys. I think that Dr. Eggman's gonna lose on this one. I don't really think I can stack these up anymore at this point. If I can get another orange, that'd be great. There we go. We did it. But yeah, I'll definitely help you out with emulator stuff. Since I have a big fond of that. Alright, so that's going to be the end of the stream. If you guys have any questions, definitely, comment if you have any questions, of course, when the stream is up as a video, of course. And thank you to Magic Tech Review for letting me stream. I highly appreciate it a lot. I always appreciate the shoutouts that he gives me, and of course, all the help that he tries to give to me with all you guys trying to help support as well. I highly appreciate that a lot. Highly appreciate it. And of course, go check out MTR Games today. We got all the graphics and everything set up for that. I'm just making the outro, and when we get that done, we'll be good to go. I want to get set up in making my video now on the free app stuff, which will be pretty fun to do. I'll probably have it either uploaded very late tonight or tomorrow, so if you want to check it out, I'll highly appreciate that. But anyways, have a great one, guys, and this is Slim Shady Graphics out, and also MTR's channel, in this case. Have a great one, guys, and peace out.